Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first ever Saturday morning tutorial. In today's tutorial we will be creating this image that you see before you, which is the Saturday morning logo. I use it for various things and is all created with very basic Photoshop skills. So let's get started. What you want to do first is open up a new file, so click on File and you'll get a drop down menu, select New. This file is going to be 2,500 pixels in width and 1,500 pixels in height, with a 72 pixel per inch resolution and a transparent background, and I'm going to name it Saturday Morning Logo, and then you can click OK. And what you get is this. It's a image that has a bunch of checkers across it, all gray and white, and this basically means that it's transparent, so you can drag it into a new file and there won't be any white background surrounding it. So what you want to do is select the elliptical marquee tool and create as near a perfect circle as you can. My video capture device makes it look like an oblong, but we're going to get through this the best we can. Select the paint bucket tool. Oops, I selected the gradient tool. Select the paint bucket tool, which would look like a bucket pouring out paint, and open the color picker by clicking on the color boxes in the lower left hand corner. You can choose whatever color you want really, but I'm going to go with a teal color. And once you have that selected, go ahead and click OK. And then change the opacity to around 40% and click on the inside of that dotted circle. So what we're gonna do next is select the actual gradient tool and then select radial in the above toolbar and then click on the gradient type box, which will bring up a gradient toolbox that looks something like this. And I already have a preset gradient, which is sort of like stripes that fade. Click on this little box here and then click on the color to change the color, because we're switching it from black to teal and teal to black. Just use a dropper to select the teal from the original image, and then to get the black, just move it all the way over into the bottom left corner. And that should be good. Click OK, and then click on the center of the dotted circle and drag to the outside. Doesn't matter where, top, bottom, left, right, as long as it goes from the center to the outside of the circle. This is something you'll get. Of course, click, drag, and unclick to get this. It's sort of a bullseye type effect where the stripes fade into the sort of already transparent teal background. And then we're going to get the move tool, which is sort of just like a normal cursor, and move that sort of centered into our image. And then we're going to deselect by clicking Control and D on your keyboard, and then we're going to create a new file, and then select the brush tool, and I'm loading up a new set of brushes. Hold on one second, it's taking a while to load. Alright, and should look something like this. It's basically just a ring with a little dot in the middle, and is a normal brush. It's under a brush setting that I have called Tech Brushes or Future Tech Brushes, I forget. And it basically has that effect on the circle, but we're going to change it from teal to black, just all the way over into the left bottom corner. and then line it up and click. And this is the effect that you get, but we're going to want to distort this so it's not just some random ring floating around our already ringed planet. So what you're going to do is press the buttons Control T, and that allows us to distort the size and distort the perspective and just totally warp and change the image from what it originally was. I'm going to take it down a scale and then reposition it on my image. And then skew allows us to change the proportions of the image. But what we're going to want to do is select Distort, which does this sort of perspective change type of thing on the image. And that's what we're really hitting for. So make it look sort of like this tilted ring, skinny in back, fat in front, stretch out the sides, line it up so it looks like the rings of Saturn, and stretch it out a bit more until it just gets to that perfect Saturn ring type shape. And then once you're done with that, click Enter on your keyboard and then select the eraser tool. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger because it makes it faster, and just erase the line that you have that's supposed to be in quote unquote the back of the planet. And then once you're done with that, we're going to go ahead and create a new layer, and then we're going to select the rectangle tool, which you can get to by going down to a little rectangle in the toolbox, or you can press U on your keyboard. And I've already got this selected color. It's sort of this type of comic-y type yellow, and click OK. And what we're going to do is just create this rectangle that's around this size. That's probably good. And then go to Effects, and we're going to add a stroke to it. Open up the Effects toolbox. Going to change the color. Instead of red, we're going to change it to black again, all the way over to the left bottom corner. OK. And then change the pixels to around 5. And this is what the effect of the stroke does, and just adds this big black border around the rectangle. And that's probably good. Click OK. Then what you're going to do is create a new layer on top of that, and select the text tool, which should look like just a big T, and drag a text box over your yellow box, and select any font that you want. I'm looking for a specific one here. There we go. And change it to 72 pixels. And then just type in whatever. Oops. Make sure it's black and not the color of the box. Type in whatever. And this is free for you to put in whatever you feel like saying, and mine says welcome to Saturday AM Studios, Bucktooth Face. And actually, instead, angry Bucktooth Face. And then that should be it. Click on the text layer to deselect it in the layer toolbox, and your final image should look something like this. Thank you guys for watching. Again, I'm Sat-AM-Tuts on YouTube.com. I'll be coming out with more tutorials like this, varying in difficulty. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks again for watching. Have a good one.